This is a Roomba, the old 7 series or 700 series. I've had that for at least 5 years and it's been going every single day. And now its brushes are broke here, this motor doesn't work quite properly and we're going to repair it. Okay, so here's a problem. This doesn't engage anymore, so it doesn't spin. So you can hear it, it's not engaging with the motor. So I've replaced a couple of cogs in here, probably about a year ago, which helped, but it's gone now. So what I've got now is, this is the new part. I think it was about £23, which actually is not bad for an original part. So I'm going to fit this into this part here, and then hopefully it'll be working as good as new. Well, maybe not as good as new. This has been going for about 5 years every single day. So it's beginning to look a wee bit worse for wear, but it still works. So I'm just going to repair it for as long as I can. So this, obviously there's a brush missing, but the fact it doesn't go round makes a big difference to the overall cleaning that it's able to do. So the first thing we need to do is to remove the waste bin and the brushes, and take it, just basically take everything that can be removed, take it off, and we'll take the battery out and then take this piece off here at the bottom, and then it should lift off and give us access into this motor here. So I'm going to do that right now. You see there's not much left of the brush cage. Slowly but surely these metal bits have been getting ripped off. So take the brushes out. That could do with a good clean while I've got it apart. Then I'm going to undo these screws here. Well, these ones, take the battery out first, that's the main one. I'm just going to use this wee screwdriver. One. Two. Now, what I've got in here is actually a lithium battery that I bought. It's not a Roomba original, but it's this is a high power battery and it lasts for ages. So our old original battery, the NiCad one, failed. It was only lasting for about 40 minutes and it was would find the Roomba dead in various places. So I bought a lithium, and this is a 6400 milliamp. So it lasts for about 3 hours, at least 3 hours. So it can really do a good clean before it goes back to the charging station. And it's working excellent actually. I'll put a link in the description for this, because this is actually really good for the Roomba. Been well pleased, and it's been running for about 2 years, I think, this battery now. Yeah, must be about 2 years, and it's been running really well with it. So we're just going to take the other ones. There's wee arrows at the screws. Look at that. There's a wee arrow here which shows you which ones to take off. That should be almost us, except for we need to take this off as well. This wee brush. So the reason I'm using this wee cheapo screwdriver is it just seems to fit all of these no problem. There we go. You can see there's always some stuff under here. Will be actually inhibiting. Yeah. And you can see how loose that is. It's supposed to be solid, that actually. So I'm going to lift this off now. I think we're ready to go. No, maybe not. Take that off. No, that's it. So here it goes. And you can see this is manky everywhere. It's really filthy, but this is the unit that we're going for. So I'm just going to double check that this one is indeed the right one. Right, you can see it's a different colour, but looks pretty much the same. It's got a nice new brush and it's solid. The difference is quite phenomenal. So it's just these two screws, one, and then this one over here. Undo those two screws. So that's the two of them there. That's the old one. As you can see, this is completely loose and just doesn't grip. This one, super tight, super strong. Let's put it back in and it should be absolutely fine. So just make sure there's no dust in there. Lay it in, the screws are all lined exactly up. I've got my wee watchmaker screwdriver that I've had to use because these screws are tiny. The great thing about the Roomba is that it's modular, which means that you can replace the parts really easily. So they're actually pretty easy to maintain and to keep in good condition. Now before I put all this back together again, I'm going to give all this a good clean out and clean all this up. Obviously this is a pretty old Roomba. As I say, we've had it for about 5 years and it has not been off. I don't think it's had a day off, unless it's the battery discharged under the sofa and we never noticed for a couple of days, but that's the only time it's had off. So it's really worked its socks off and it is a brilliant wee device. We've thoroughly loved having it. This is a 700 series, which is pretty close to the 600 series in the way it's constructed. The reason we got this one was because it's got a timer built in. I noticed now that actually you can buy a Roomba for about £270, round about that, brand new. I would say totally worth it. Totally worth it. We have a house on 2 levels. All we do is open the doors on the bottom level where we do all the living. We actually live in the bottom level and just let the Roomba do its thing all around the house. And it's been absolutely fantastic, almost flawless. I mean, so long as you keep the brushes good, and you have to replace these ones every so often because you'll get caught somewhere or the bristles will fall out. But eventually these sort of go, so you just need to replace them and replace the brushes in here as well and clean them every so often, and you get pretty much constant wee machine that hoovers everywhere for you. It's great. It really takes the load off. I hardly ever use the big hoover now. We just use that every so often just to give a deep clean. But this is great, and you just need to remember to empty it. It doesn't hold much waste, but if you remember every day or two just to give it an empty, it's absolutely fine. It'll give you flawless service. It's been great. I'm just giving this a good clean out, but you can see here, this is what you want to do as well, is get rid of all any bits of fluff. Look at the fluff in there, it's just absolutely minging. All these things help to wear it out though. You need to make sure this is all clean every so often. The more you do it, the longer the Roomba will last. The longer it will take care of your floors for you. I'll just start moving this up. Just don't know what that gooey stuff is, but it's minging. Absolutely filthy. Just clean them up. And clean all your sensors actually, if you go around all of them and just give them a wee rub, or the ones, yeah. Get rid of that black goo. Make sure there's nothing in the battery compartment, that should all be nice and clean. Clean up your wee wheel. Charging points. in the inside of the battery drawer.
Here.
Not much left of it. This is ready to put the brushes in and just clean the brushes. The brush gets absolutely covered in hair, so you've got to put this on every so often. Just run it through. It's actually pretty good, that wee tool. Just put it all the way. Oops, knocked the camera over, as you can see. Hairy. So it just picks up loads and loads. So you just put that on the right way round. As you do it, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And that's you. It's in much better state than it was. Be able to brush much more up now. As I say, these need replaced every so often. These brushes, these are in pretty good condition. These are in good condition, so you can pull the ends off, like the wee ends there, and just get in there and tidy it up. It's amazing where hair goes and how strong it is. It's really difficult to get it off completely. But as I say, the more you get off, the better it's going to run. If you look at this end, it's even worse. Don't even know that was engaged with the motor. I do this every few months. Just get rid of this stuff. That's what came off the brushes. Not pretty. All I'm using is a bit of warm water and soap. Just clean each blade. These are not too bad, these blades, these are still good to go. What you look for is chunks missing. You can see there it's got a split in it. I think it's still okay. There's a wee split there down that end. It's still good to go. I'm going to put these back in, so this one goes on here. Still more. It's not 100% clean, but I'll do for the moment. That goes in there, like that. And this one, this wee pin goes on here, like that. And then we stick the yellow side on this. So you see this, there's a square, but that's where the motor grabs it and turns it, and the square sides are in this side. So you'll be able to see, so put the squares in first, and just lay the yellow bit in. So this square goes in, and the yellow bit just lies. You see I've still not completely got that clean yet, 100%, but it'll do for the moment. I just want to get this on and tested, so I'll just put that in. So what you do is put this on again. You see, just be very careful. So basically, I'm doing this one-handed, so you should be able to manage with two, no problem. So just see where the wheels are, just put the wheels, put it on, and I'm not even touching, and you just gently tap that, and that's it. That's it, no forcing, no pushing, really gentle, that's it, ready to go. You can see the screws, one there, and then these two battery ones hold the front down. So again, I'm actually using a flathead, even though these are crosshead screws, but you can use a crosshead obviously, that'd be better. I'm just a complete cowboy. And then you see these terminals here, you want them to connect up with them, so I don't think you can put it in that way. It actually only fits in one way. So like if you're having to force it, it's the wrong way round. Put it in and it should just plop in. There you go. Oh, and it's just letting me know it's still alive. So I can put in this. So you can see those arrows. There's 2 arrows there, so you just put them in first. 1, 2, and then that just holds it down. So again, it's no force, it's just literally there's a wee bit more force in this because there's springs obviously for holding the battery in place. So I'm just doing them not totally tight, just a wee bit. There we go. And now, yeah, that's it. Now we just need to put on this. Put it on. Just pushes on very easily, and you can use a flat head or a cross head for this one as well. And then just do the last wee bit, not over tightening but not loose either. This looks like a much better setup than the old one, and that feels so much better. You can feel it's moving the motor, whereas before this one was just, you can turn it and there's no engagement there at all. Then we put in the wee dust bucket, and that's it, ready to go. Lost the handle many years ago. Job done.